What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another video this week featuring a new game just newly released in April in Japan called Last Cloudia. Now this isn't a sponsored stream or anything like that. I've just been extremely interested in this game ever since I saw the trailer drop, along with a global release trailer that has also dropped, but sadly with no release date. Now the company making this is called Idis. They are the same people that have gone around making Grand Summoners, which makes me excited because one, Grand Summoners is an extremely popular profitable gacha game, meaning that I'm hoping Last Cloudia sticks around with us for a while, and Grand Summoners also gets anime collabs, which I've been really wanting in FFBE, so at least maybe in Grand Summoners we can get that as well. Again, no release date on the global version, and essentially this video here is to give you guys a little bit of a primer on the game, help you guys see the game a little bit easier. I know it's in Japanese, but maybe you guys want to play it, or at least get you pumped for global, because I'm very excited for it as well. And just a basic overview for beginners and how to get started in the game. The gameplay for Last Cloudia is kind of a mix between a button masher and RPG elements, which makes it kind of unique there. Each unit is going to have up to 3 abilities with 1 ultimate ability. The 3 abilities, the way you're held back on casting those is there's like a charge timer they have called the skill cooldown timer. You can see it moving around and slowly filling up throughout the battle. And once that fills up, you can actually hold charges. Some abilities hold 5, some abilities hold 1, depending on how strong the ability is. And then you can cast those even in succession, and then you can switch between each character and cast their abilities as well to kind of chain up and cause the enemy to juggle up. So most of the important things in this game will revolve around, elemental damage and knocking the enemies up in the air, because if the enemies are up in the air being juggled, if you can chain up your abilities correctly, they're not going to be able to do a lot of damage. And then obviously you can hold out, be spamming that attack button, because that is important, that if you hit that attack button, you're actually going to attack stronger and, hit faster and do more damage than if you would not be. But then, the big thing everybody likes to look at are the ultimate abilities, and these games can do damage, heal. They always have this nice little animation that goes along with them, buff up your team, etc. And those are always nice to cast, and you can be switching between different units and casting those as well, or the units that you're not playing with will cast them on their own, if you don't click on them fast enough to be able to use it on, yourself. Another cool aspect of this game is the magic system, which adds more RPG elements to it. We have a lot of magic here we can cast from different elemental attacks, to buffs, to heals, etc. And this is very customizable with the arc system, which we'll go over in a minute. But there is a little bit of a cast time, and then you cast it, and it can really help you guys with taking down these bosses and making your characters unique through the customization of the arc skill set. The final thing I want to talk about with the combat system is the break system. Now, I'm not too far along in the game, but essentially each boss will have a break meter. Different things will cause that break meter to go down. You can actually increase that through passives, etc. for each character. Once you break it down, the enemy kind of becomes stunned, can't really do anything, and then you do a lot more damage to it, and the background turns all cool and blue, and it makes it look really pretty. I mean, this game is amazingly pretty and awesome, but that's just the combat and the gameplay in a nutshell to give you guys a quick look. So let's teach you guys how to actually navigate some of these menus and understand the game in a fundamental way that makes JP not that daunting if you do want to play it in JP. So first thing we want to discuss is the energy system. If you look at your top right here, you're going to have some blue orbs and some red orbs. We're going to have to spin those orbs to do the missions and combat. So this is going to be your main energy source. As you guys progress through the story, which we're looking at the story map here, you guys will open up different shrines. We can see a blue one here. There's a red one on the side over here, and as I click on them, I get a little bit more blue orbs, and they build up over time that you're not playing, or even if you are playing, they're slowly generating some of those blue or red orbs. And again, like I said, as you progress through the story, you open up more. If you go to the bottom right here and click, you can see all of your shrines and manage kind of what you're doing. You can see how much they can make, how much they can hold, so it's very important to log in, hit this button down here, and take all of your orbs in. I would suggest spending gold strictly on this for the beginning of the game. I'm still doing that, as your red orbs and your blue orbs are going to be the thing that kind of hold you back and time gates you for a lot of progression going forward in the game. You can see that if I want to upgrade this, it's going to cost me 40,000 gold, and that's just in-game currency you guys can obtain. Another thing you guys want to upgrade is how much your actual little containers here can hold, because you can see that I'm up to 72,000, but sometimes it might cost a little bit more, so I'm going to have to spend a little bit of gold to, enhance how much I can hold so I can upgrade later on when it comes to upgrading arcs, because we are going to use these energy sources to also upgrade our arcs, which are kind of the most important thing in the game next to our characters. The one thing I do want to point out is it costs gold to upgrade your blue stuff, but to upgrade your red stuff, it's going to cost blue stuff. So you can see how it's kind of time gated, and why it's very important in the early parts of the game to spend gold strictly on upgrading these shrines and making sure you have the energy to play the game pretty much infinitely, and then also the ability to upgrade your arcs, which we're going to go over the arc system now. So if we're on the main menu screen and we click the 4th option over, we're going to go to our arc page. And these are going to be very important in progressing your characters and making the game fun. This is what is unique about Last Cloudia, and I really, really enjoy it. When we take a look at an arc, if I can get one to pop up here, we're going to see that they have, different kinds of rarities. We have an SSR here, there are SRs, and then there are rares. And that's just, when we come to the gacha, that's going to be what dictates that. You can see we have a cost, so we have a 210 up here. That's going to be what it costs to be able to have this thing equipped to you every time you go into a mission. So you're going to have to pay 210 orbs to be able to have this arc on your character. And we'll look at the character party screen in a minute. Arcs are amazing because, one, they can be leveled up, which we can see that mine is level 2, and they also give all of these stats, these passive stats, to our units. So most of you guys are familiar with these. HP, MP, strength for like physical attack, defense for physical defense, intelligent for magic attack, and then mind for, magic defense against enemies. And they give you that. They also give you a nice little passive here if you have them on currently. But the big thing that is amazing about this game are these abilities down here. If we go ahead and click this little magnifying glass here, these abilities are what can be taught to your character no matter what. If they have this arc equipped to them as they go through battle, they're going to slowly gain a mastery for this arc. And you can see that each arc has a ton of abilities to learn. We can go here and we can see that some of them are locked. The reason they are locked is because that's locked by level. Once I get to level 4, you can see I'm level 2. Once I get to level 4, I'm going to be able to learn that third ability here, and so forth and so on. You can see level 7, level 9, and level 10. That's also going to increase our passive stats we get over here. And if we go here to go ahead and upgrade, you can see that I can't upgrade this one to level 3 if I wanted. It's going to cost me 32,000 blue orbs. That's only to go to level 3, and it's also going to increase how much it costs to run in battle, which is why I think it's very important to upgrade your shrines as we go forward. You guys can see this little tiny vial over here that I'm clicking on. This is going to be like the trust mastery system from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. If you get a dupe, it's automatically put into that vial. You do not actually hold on to dupes in the game. It'll give you 5% there. As you go through battle, you get, 0.1%. You get a chance of getting that. So it's going to be very familiar to you guys out there who play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And if you complete it, you get a nice little present right here, a nice little equipment, so you guys can use it in battle. So you guys are going to learn about that very easily and very well. The important thing here is anything is customizable, right? If we go down to this this tree right here, let me find my tree. Right here. This is like more of a healer abilities. You can see these are a couple of heal abilities. And again, you probably guys can't read Japanese. If you can't, there's Google Translate you can put on your phone, hold it over the app. It'll tell you what it is. There's also a lot of sites, and on my Discord and the Last Cloudia Discord, there's all kinds of help out there for you guys to learn that. But if I wanted to make my physical damage dealer have a heal, I can. If I want to make my healer learn the best fire magic damage in the game, I can. And the way we do that is, we're going to go and head over to the party menu, is we're going to have them equipped to our characters. You can see on this party menu, I have 3 characters here. And then also you can take a friend, as you saw in battle. And you can see that I have each cost here. So I have these different arcs on them. And you can see my total cost down here. So if I go do any mission, it's going to cost me 309 blue orbs and 83 red orbs. Again, very, very important to upgrade your shrines and upgrade your amount that you can hold. Because you can see that it cost me 32,000 to upgrade that one arc. Eventually it's going to cost a lot more than that. So you need to keep how much you can hold going up. But the one thing, again, we're talking about the Arc Mastery system. That's actually the wrong button. I want to click on this. You can see that my character is slowly learning these passives. As they go through battle, every time they complete a battle, they will be giving this amount right here to that mastery skill. So you can see every time I complete a battle for my mage right here, he's going to get 10 towards his mastery right here for this Arc passive. And then he's going to get 8 for this passive. And once I get those all the way done and they go all the way full, let's see if I have one mastered here. Here we go. They're going to get mastery put on it. So then they're going to learn that ability forever. They're always going to have that ability, which is extremely powerful moving forward, because that means we can customize any units to have anything we want, and that's how this game is so fun. But there has to be a way to restrict that, right? We can't just have every ability equipped, every passive equipped to every character. So we head over to the third option button here. We can go into the character progression screen and see what exactly is going on here. So, just like normal gachas, you're going to have, level cap. You're going to have to awaken your unit. So if we click this right here with the stars, this is going to allow you to awaken. We're going to look at a sphere grid here in a minute that kind of has passives and abilities we can learn. This is also going to affect. But this is literally, I've already done it once. So I have 1 star there. I went from level 20 cap to level 40 cap. This is going to allow you to go forward. We have different materials, and it's going to cost gold to do that. Moving on over here, this is going to be like your dupe awakening. If we have 30 of these souls, which we can obtain for free from the game, It's just slowly over time. We're going to get a lot of big stat ups, and I do believe we're going to get some abilities that are on him also to get more powerful. So this is going to be very important for progression as well. But moving on over to our skills and passives, we can see we do have a limiter. We have SC. This is going to be what stops us from just putting everything on. See, I can't just put all of these on, or I'm going to be over the top here on this number at the top. I have to pick and choose what I want on my character and how I want to build him. But we can increase that SC. One, there are nodes in our sphere grid, which I'm saying sphere grid because of Final Fantasy X, that we can select to be able to put up that SC, or we can spend 3 of our souls here that can put it up by 1, and you can slowly build that up over time. But as you can see, I can make this mage be whatever I want. This mage right here, by the way, you get in the story, I would highly recommend using him if you didn't end up getting the very, very, very strong top tier mage, which you guys can see from the top tier unit list, because he's just so powerful. He's been carrying me like you wouldn't believe. But he dabbles in the ice. His passives are a lot more oriented towards ice. But if I wanted to, I could just I have this dark spell on him, and then I have all these different passives that I have here. So it's super customizable. I can make him do whatever I want. Obviously, he's going to be better at doing other things. But hey, that's how it works. If we go to the equipment page, I'm slowly getting into this. You can buy just like in old RPGs. There are going to be shops that open up across the map. You can buy the equipment there. Again, until you get a lot of orb regeneration and orb cap increases, I wouldn't waste money on the equipment. I would do my best to get through it without that. But this is where you're going to be able to put it on. I think you have to get to level 30 to unlock this last accessory slot here. And last but not least, what I want to talk about is I want to go to the character progression screen just for a quick second, and it looks like a sphere grid. Anything in the light blue here I can obtain. Anything in the dark I can't get to until I awaken. My circle actually used to be a little bit smaller here, so I think it was like around here or something like that. Sorry, about right here. And then when I awakened him to go to level 40, it kind of opened up. It went all the way out to here to unlock these other nodes. Through these nodes, you can see we can get different abilities. If we click on, I guess I can't click on the ones I already have. If we click on this, this is going to give me like an upgrade to an ability or give me an ability. We can click on this node. If we have these materials, we can put up our defense, etc. It is very customizable to how you want to build the character or how you want to progress them for you. Now, obviously, this is going to be kind of a grind fest, right? We're going to have to get all these different materials. This game is old school, RPG grind fest. Your units aren't going to be max level in like a couple of days of grinding. It's going to take you a minute. You're not going to get all these nodes unlocked super quickly. You're going to have to grind for it. And that could be a bad thing for some people or a good thing. But for me, I think it's a good thing. The way you're kind of going to be locked, though, is some of these unlockable abilities. Let's see if I can find one here. Cost these like books, right? Like, they look like books. There's a couple of books here that you guys will have to use to unlock some of these abilities. And you can also see that I have SC that I can unlock. This is going to give me 5 SC to let me put on more passives and abilities, that I learned from ARCs. But overall, I think that's how they're going to gate you, because I'm unsure of how to get those besides some events. So right now we have like a couple of events running where we can spend currency we get for running the events. And that's how we can get a hold of those. I'm sure somehow through the story or other events we're going to get them. But that can kind of gauge you to which character you want to spend those on. So that's kind of like the most important thing I've seen so far. Not to just go crazy and spend on whatever. I would do a lot of research. But yeah, that is character progression and how it works. I did spend a little bit on this SC here. I would be saving up my souls to be able to upgrade like this. This is what you want to be doing, I think, when it comes to your characters. That's just my opinion. So speaking of those character shards or souls, I want to talk about a couple of ways where you can get those. As you progress through the story, you're going to eventually open up this exploration type of menu here. And you can send different characters out for exploration. I would open up as many of these as you can. Obviously, I'm saving up a little bit because I want to do the gacha. But, and you can send your characters out. Now, this isn't 20 minutes, this is 20 hours. After 20 hours, I click on my character, I think I get 3 to 4 of their shards, it might be 4, and I keep sending them out this way. This is a free way for you guys to obtain them. Obviously, if you get a character in the gacha, you're going to get a lot of their shards, and you can actually obtain these shards through the friend point summon. They're very rare, and you only get like one of them if you do pull one out, but that'll slowly build up over time, so it's a very, time-based locked system we're seeing here with the explorations here and the shrines, but I don't see that as a bad thing. When we're not playing, we're still slowly progressing through the game, which I do like a little bit. Now I want to talk about the gacha system because I know people are going to be very interested in that. If we click the crystal down at the bottom, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. If we click that, we're going to be able to look at the gacha, and this right here is going to be the featured banner. This is, the banner they have running now. I don't know when you're watching this video what they have, but essentially we have a unit that is featured that's going to have a rate up, and we have a arc that's an SSR that's going to have a rate up as well. It's going to be a 10 pool. As we can see at the bottom here, we have a guaranteed SR, which is going to be strictly speaking about the SR arcs. If we go over here and we click the second button down here, we can see the rates, and I know a lot of people are going to want to know them. Units are 3%, SSR arcs are 5%, and then SR arcs or rare arcs are going to fill out the rest of it. Guys, I have not pulled a unit in this game yet, and I'm not upset about it at all. The arcs, as you can tell, hopefully you've understood this, are almost the most important thing in the game. They give so many passives to so many different units. They unlock so many different play styles that I'm really glad that we can get the arcs, and it's a 5% rate on that, and a 3% on character. These rates aren't bad at all compared to what I've been playing in the past, so I've had a really fun time messing around with it and hoping to get a unit. I haven't gotten one yet. When you guys re-roll, you're going for some of these specialty arcs. I'm going to make a re-roll guide probably tomorrow to show you guys, if you guys are interested in how the best way to re-roll and what you guys should be looking for. But you're looking for some characters, a mix of characters and arcs, because when you re-roll, you get 2 free 10 pulls. And you can actually burn through them really quick, like re-rolling if you're using an emulator. So it's a pretty cool re-roll system. If we move over, this is the friend summon, guys, and this is going to be very important. As you can see, you can get the souls, you can get some of the awakening ability crystals, you can get some gold, you can even get the books it shows, which I didn't even know. You can get some, the sphere grid materials you need. All that stuff is in here. You can summon for it. Moving on over, these are the ticket gachas. You get tickets throughout the game randomly. This is where you're going to be able to summon. By the way, this king guy right here, he's like the second best unit in the game, and this mage guy right here is going to be the first best unit in the game right now. Mages are super powerful, and this healer in the middle is going to be the best healer. I really want this guy. If I get a unit, I want him, just because he's so awesome. I think he looks amazing, and his ultimate is just really awesome. Moving on over, I do believe this is going to be like a general gacha here that you can do. You can see down here we can do like a daily pull, but they do have the paid resource system where some of the things you can only purchase through paid resource. But that's pretty much the gacha system in a nutshell. Moving on over, we can go to a couple of shops. This is where you're gonna see this is like the store where you can buy stuff if you want. I'm not going to be investing at all in JP. Personally, but you have different materials or different resources you can use to spend here. Like this is the event going on right now. Oh, actually, that's not the event. Excuse me. That's from summoning. But you can see here that I have friend points. So you can actually go in here and buy specific mats with my friend points. And they refresh daily from what I'm told. So you can go in here, and if I need this bone to awaken somebody, or I really need these crystals to awaken a certain skill I'm looking at on the sphere grid, I don't have to roll the friend gacha to hope for it. I can go in here and buy them if I want. So it's really up to you and how you're progressing and what you want to buy. You can even get the baby little experience pots too, which is pretty cool. Let's move on to something else I want to talk about, and that is, like we just said, the friend system. As you saw, I clicked up there. The friend system is super important. People are inviting me. But getting friend points, I would highly suggest having your gift that people give you friend points, and then you always want to keep giving presents. I would try to fill up my friend slots, which is the spot right here, as fast as possible. You need those friend points, as I saw you, to help you progress, to help you get those awakening mats. It's very important. I'm going to link down below a Google spreadsheet. It's not mine. However, it'll be very helpful. It'll tell you guys what each of the menus are. It'll in detail tell you what kind of the Japanese is on each of them to help you guys navigate the menu. And then it's also, you guys are going to have, when you start the game, up here in the corner where I don't have it anymore, you're going to have like a new player bingo board, essentially. And they're going to be achievements you have to unlock to get this character right here I have in the middle. She's actually really powerful, and I would suggest completing that as fast as possible. Again, in that spreadsheet I'll have linked in the description below. It'll tell you guys what you need to do for each of those missions to get what you want. And last but not least, before we finish this video out, I want to talk about the Vortex. We have Arena coming soon. It hasn't been unlocked yet. But if we head over here, this is going to be pretty much the Vortex for FFBE players. If we click on that, we're going to be able to go and see the current events. Now, every day they're going to switch between these crystals. We saw we need those for awakening abilities, and these are the awakening abilities, excuse me, if you want to get them. So to awaken a character, you're going to go in here for those materials. Here is where you're going to go for, more of the ability sphere grid things, and this is going to be money. You can only run that once a day. And you can see that it actually costs, it's going to cost your orbs when I go in here, and it's going to cost the number of entries that refill over time. So if I click on this, it's going to cost me that entry, and it's going to cost me my orbs. So it's going to be a mix of both. One of the other things we have going on right now in the Vortex is kind of like a King Mog, kind of like the new JP version of King Mog. I know some people don't like that, but I personally have no problem with it, especially for a new game. We have, as you run each event, you're going to be able to go in here and unlock You get points, so it's like a raid, you know, the raid things we do in FFBE. So as you play more, you acquire more of these, and if you hit certain mileage, you get some of these rewards. Now, it is kind of a ridiculous grind where people are worried that they're not going to be able to hit this massive number, but as a new player, I'm whatever with it, because if you hit this number right here, that is an SSR guaranteed arc, which is incredible. And then they also have a little shop here, which is where I got this equipment. I would highly recommend getting the equipment as fast as possible. And this is like a key mod shop where you can exchange the currency. There are a lot of similarities between this game and FFB if you haven't seen yet. And you just go in here and grind this, just like there's a lot, though. There's a lot of different story stuff that you can grind. So overall, that's going to be it right now for my opening remarks for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be making a lot more videos for Last Cloudia, or at least try it out and, you know, put a little primer out there before Global. If you guys need any help, if you really want to play this game, please join my Discord. The link is in the description below. I'm more than welcome to help you out. If you guys want to see more of this in action, I am going to be playing it along with side of FFB during my streams, as long as there's not something in FFB I really need to concentrate on. So I'm more than happy to help you guys if you guys want to join my stream up. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you feel about Last Cloudia and how bad you want it to come to Global, and then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.